Okay.
Now, that's going to record to either the cloud or your hard drive.
I'll put it to the cloud.
And when you're done recording, it'll parse that file and generate an MP4 file. If you can put that here on our Camera Club Zoom or Dropbox page in the folder marked Zoom, I will post that to my own YouTube channel so people can watch it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. That's what James and I have been working on since. To actually post it to the GVR, you have to have a Pixel phone that we don't own.
Oh, geez.
All right. I will try and endeavor to do that.
And I think that's what Sandy's been doing, James.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure
either.
he's been posting it to his own YouTube channel.
Oh, okay, probably.
Sorry about the interruption. Go ahead,
That's
Wendell.
okay. I think I'm done talking about this one, I guess.
Hey, Wendell, when do they do the Deonza days? I hadn't heard about that.
I don't know. It was several years ago, and I suspect, well, it was before the pandemic, so I'm not sure they're doing it, but it was sometime in either spring or fall.
Okay, because I haven't seen anything listed for this fall down there, so
Yeah.
maybe spring. Okay,
I really like the effect you have here, Wendell.
I really like this.
Yeah.
Wendell, what did you use to extract her from the original file?
Oh, I used just the selection tool, the object selection tool in Photoshop, and it did quite a good job.
That's
Yeah.
a really-
Good.
Fortunately, the
I
back
find that
was,
I find that a really good tool as well, that selection.
yeah, and even all the white frill on her skirt there and all came out. And so that worked quite easily.
Because I think they've got actually a selection with the selection tool that you can either do it yourself, like a rectangle selection or a quick selection, or you can let it select the subject.
Select.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, then it makes up its mind what the subject is.
Yeah, I've just not had very good luck with Photoshop unless I just mask it myself. But I was using that remask and Topaz, but they don't seem to be keeping that up anymore. So
But
Yeah, also-
go ahead, Wendell.
Also, I think I did have to go a few spots with the hand quick selection tool to
okay.
pick up some
Yeah.
things the object selection didn't pick, but for the most part, it did it all by itself.
Well, I think when you're doing the selection, if you don't get everything that you want, you can hold on a PC at least. I don't know what it is on a Mac. You hold the shift key down. And then you can draw the box around the part that you're missing, and it'll add that to the
Oh, I
original
didn't
selection.
know that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Either.
good to know.
And add or subtract, depending on what key you're selecting. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly I'm doing like horses, and the manes and the tails are just
Oh, yeah.
stellar.
But sometimes does pretty good on things like that.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah. Let's go to your next one, Wendell.
Yeah, okay, you can go up the list.
Right.
Now it's going to start getting weird.
That's not weird.
That's
That looks like a
Like
train.
it.
Yeah.
Engine.
This is a straight Topaz artistic group charcoal sketchbook.
Yeah.
The locomotive I took down at the train station
Yeah.
museum a few years ago when this big 844 locomotive was in there on display.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Actually, it was
I
a
like it.
rail yard, I guess, but anyway.
Now, what did you do to the background?
Well, not much of anything. There were a few people off to the right, and I took them out mostly by cropping, and then just used clone tool to clone some of the
Not your end.
gravel in on top of them and get rid of it.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, very nice. I was just wondering about the horizon back there because it
yeah,
disappears on the right side of the train, and it really looks like the train's coming bloody right out of the desert or right out of the wilderness there.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not that happy with the way that was because I had to take out, oh, there was a car or a signal pole or something in the background. I
Yeah,
took that out. But then
I like
was-
the effect.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, maybe I should have put something back in, like a building to
oh,
stop.
no.
No.
I
It's
think,
nice.
yeah, I think you should take out the left-hand side, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I could.
Yeah, it's nice negative space around the side
Yeah.
of the engine, and it just really lets you see it.
Yeah, it also gives me kind of a sense of movement too.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
actually coming here, so,
Yeah, like a little bit fuzzy, like it's actually moving.
Yeah.
yeah. Very nice. And that's just one of the Topaz presets?
Yes, yeah, the Topaz, it's artistic group and charcoal sketchbook, I believe is.
Yeah,
Really
very
good.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So is the next one weirder?
Yes, I think so. I don't remember which comes next.
Okay, now that is a little strange. It looks like a smiling car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, this resulted from my poking around in the nooks and crannies of Photoshop,
Yes.
and I found the polar coordinates
Ah.
effect filters, and I had in mind creating like a piece of jewelry using these bits of card pictures, which I've got all kinds of. So I went in and I took one car, made it the bottom part, the blue and white, and then took an old pickup and made the piece that fits in there. These are all on layers, so it just kind of
Yeah,
together like a puzzle.
That's excellent.
Top
Not
one
much
was the
it's
third.
taken a while to do that. Huh?
I hate to admit it, but yes. Took at least 2 hours, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
gee.
Oh, I bet.
very
But-
nice effect.
It's very crisp. I really like, it's put together so with such precision
Yeah.
that it doesn't look like a composite.
No.
Yes.
Well,
So
yeah,
Wendell, you're saying that was polar coordinates?
yeah, polar coordinates, and there's adjustments you can make. I think how much of a circle you fill in and so forth. But this looked like about right to get the final thing I wanted. Now, in this case, I would have been better off if I'd taken all of the cars directly in the middle of the car, looking squarely at it, so I'd be symmetrical on my original.
Yeah.
Now the top one, you can see I was off to one side a little bit, so it got
Yeah.
unsymmetrical, and I had to try using a skew tool to bring it into shape. But
It's not so
Anyway.
that you'd really notice it. when-
Yeah.
no, I noticed it because I fought with it for 30 minutes. But
Oh, it's really good, really good.
Yeah, it's good, Wendell.
yeah, anyway, since I was thinking of jewelry, I nicknamed this driveway jewelry.
Very nice.
Like it.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's all Photoshop stuff.
Very, very creative.
yeah, it is.
Anyway, after James and Maureen had all their things last week on Liquify and whatever James used, I thought I'd try something. This is it.
Well, you did good.
Absolutely. I didn't see what you were
Yeah.
competing against, but this is pretty amazing.
Very nice. So,
Up to-
ready for the next one?
Yep, let's go.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah.
Since I was in kind of a transportation theme with a railroad locomotive and cars, I decided to throw in a ship or boat. And this was what I took years ago. It's a little 3 megapixel JPEG, but I was able to put a replacement sky behind it, which
Yeah,
it did quite nicely in among the rigging there.
Yeah.
it did.
And some of the things I tried didn't do as well. Some of the skies I tried didn't do as well, but
So where was this moored, Wendell?
it's Mystic Seaport in Connecticut.
Ah,
And this is
Can you get on board? Or?
I think so, but I'm not positive. I took it so long ago, like almost 20 years ago, so that I don't remember whether we actually walked around on it or not, but it's actually an old Charles W. Morgan whaling ship that
Ah,
they used till the
Yeah.
1920s, but anyway, it's docked there now and been restored.
I was just going on my little trip down east. I was on a ship called the Blue Nose, and that was a fishing, or I'm not sure what it did, but it was a schooner, a racing kind of schooner. And
Oh.
we built this, and it is just absolutely gorgeous.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And this thing is quite, I think, well preserved, and they
Yeah.
put a lot of work into it.
Nice, very nice.
I think we're going to be going back to these things, Wendell, eventually. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the carbon footprint is
There you
pretty
go.
small on those.
Minimal.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wendell,
Yes.
it is a ship. My father always told me you can put a boat on a ship, but you can't put a ship on a
Ship
boat.
on a boat. Yes.
Oh,
Ship.
okay. Yeah, I've heard, I think if it goes in salt water, it's the ship, and if it's on fresh water, it's a boat or something like that.
No, I hadn't heard that one.
Anyway,
Very nice.
Okay.
ship. Okay. I think it goes to the last one.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
Blast off. Yes.
This is one that didn't work out quite like I wanted. I was trying to get the front end sharp and the rest blurred, so it looked like it was moving.
I was going to say, was it going too fast for you?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it was sitting still when I took the picture. Anyway, it's just taken up the Pima Air Museum and
Yeah.
put a different sky in behind it and
Yeah.
cropped out all of the landing gear and other airplanes.
Well, it definitely gives you the sense of movement.
Mhm.
Yes, and I was trying to find something I saw one time in Photoshop about the flash shutter, curtain shutter lag or something like that. To maybe it would give a more sweeping area toward the back of the airplane, like you'd get if you took a flash picture of a
Oh,
moving.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
back curtain flash, I think it's you're referring to. I think you need movement for that.
Yeah.
You did that, Steve, didn't you?
Yeah.
Some years.
Anyway, it's more of a
That was a
graphic.
night photography. Yes, it's second curtain flash.
Yes, yeah. And I went back looking for that and I couldn't find it. But
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know if it would have helped here or not. Anyway, this was my least successful one for the
Nice
day.
effect, though.
I like it.
Yeah, different. But it rounded out the transportation subject. So anyway, I think that's all of mine.
All right.
Really
Good
good.
job.
I'll get started on my weird stuff now. So, and this is
Design.
just signage outside a restaurant.
okay.
Hmm.
I like it though.
Oh,
Is this-
but,
where is this restaurant?
It's in Savannah.
Savannah, okay.
Oh,
So
Oh, yeah.
I was always wondering what I was going to do with this picture, and then I took it into Topaz and started going down that rabbit hole, and
So,
eventually liked what I came out with. So,
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
so did you mask it and then put a texture on it?
No, I just went through and actually used a couple, I think, 2 of the different presets in Topaz
That's,
for this.
okay,
So,
cool.
and
I like
I
the
just,
col-
Yeah.
I wanted the feeling of like old Tokyo or something, but
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
It has some kind of feeling about it, doesn't it?
yeah.
So I did a background on the sky. I think it was one of the effects that brought that down into a more grainy
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
multicolor deal there. And then the second one brought out the sign a bit more. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
and a lot of these are probably from Savannah, except you'd never know it.
Did
This
you-
one you probably will. Okay, this is the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, I like this.
well, yeah, nice.
That
and
one of
that
these
was,
casino places.
no, it's actually just, it's kind of a river tour boat
Okay.
that you can go have dinner and they don't take it offshore.
Oh, okay, it doesn't
Yeah.
move.
They do have one that goes out of Savannah that goes out past the 3 mile limit, so you can gamble while you're throwing up.
Oh,
And people do. Yeah,
after you lose.
yeah,
I
Get
love
drunk.
I love the lighting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The overall lighting of the whole image is just
yeah.
wonderful.
it
did
was
you
a
add
very
color?
overcast. Yes, I added a bit of a light effect out of topaz.
Okay, so
Oh,
that,
okay.
that rosy red, was that there or you just enhanced it or?
The brick itself there is kind of a rosy red, the paper.
Oh, okay.
So it's a reflection.
It's really
So
nice.
pretty.
Very nice.
But that was taken on a very overcast evening.
Yeah.
That's probably why the boat pops with the lights, because you've got
Yeah.
that overcast.
Yeah.
And it was Christmas. So you can see it was Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All the bunting and everything that's been
Yeah.
strung around there. It's and the green lights, I think, might have been part of that effect too. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Very nice.
Was it handheld?
Yeah. I hardly ever use a tripod unless I think about it, because mainly I'm just out roaming around with my camera.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
and if I plan on it, then I'll drag one with me, but I very rarely plan on it. So this is just
Ooh,
a feeling light.
Oh,
And taken into topaz, and again I use the I think it's the starlight glitter filter on this one. But it was it's in a Japanese or a Chinese restaurant there in Savannah, and they have these beautiful multicolored lights on the ceiling that I can't resist.
it almost looks like a kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Mhm.
Really pretty.
And then the next one is another set of lights, which was
Oh, fun.
Hmm.
this is in
Okay.
the Lucas Theater. This is above. This is overhead, right? This is the lights that shine down on the street.
Oh,
But
Oh, okay.
I call this landing lights. So
Yeah.
for spaceships, right?
yeah.
Yes.
It had kind of that alien
It does.
Mhm.
effect, you
Yeah.
know.
Very dramatic.
Interesting.
So, and I think the last one is still kind of space themed in ways. I call it Earth to Moon.
Oh,
But,
nice.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Oh,
I like that one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is that a composition?
No, this is straight out of camera, really.
Wow,
hmm.
very nice.
So
What
again, I
lens was
was
that,
out.
Steve?
Oh, I'd have to go look, James.
Yeah, just guess.
I think it's probably it was probably with my little SX50 camera, which is kind of a bridge camera, but it goes from 25 to 1200 millimeters.
Oh, wow.
So this was
Wow.
probably out around 600 millimeters sometimes,
Okay.
because
I was gonna guess.
the 1200 millimeters, you can set it on JPEG only. But if you've got it on RAW, it'll only go to 600. To go to 12, you've got to use just JPEG only, and then you can use the digital zoom to grab it even
Oh.
more. So,
Oh,
Wow.
I like that. It's good.
But I kind of like the effect of the antenna against. the-
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it just gives it a different feel.
Really nice composition.
Hmm.
And that's all my weirdness for the day. So Maureen, we're on to yours now.
I have some weirdness.
Okay.
One of those days.
Okay, now this I just brought in Wendell to show you. There was a gate on that.
Oh,
and it
okay.
looked like they had removed it maybe in your picture.
Yes,
Like it's gone.
Yes.
It could have deteriorated too.
that could be, and they might be rebuilding it.
Because I probably took this in 08 or something.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
And where is this?
Tumakakari.
Oh, okay.
He had, oh, you weren't here last week. He had done a bunch of photos and we were trying to figure out how he was able to get certain angles. And this whole gate was down.
And I'd taken mine from the other side of this wall,
Yeah.
looking toward the Mission Church.
So you
Okay.
couldn't quite do that before with that half door closed like they had
Right.
before.
Yeah. But they've been doing a lot of refurbishing work down there lately.
Oh, I haven't been there in a long time.
We saw a crew down there about a month ago probably, but they were into like redoing part of the back of the building, I think.
Is
I don't
that,
want to call it
I just
plastering.
included this one as a kind of for Wendell. And there's
The way it
one
was,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, there's one more.
Okay.
Because I've got one similar to that, Marie.
I do
in my
too,
collection,
yeah.
So,
And this one, remember yours? There is a sign there. It's museum. Remember I said I know there
Okay.
was a sign.
yes,
And you said
Yeah.
the sign is gone. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing because your photograph is ruined by that sign. You have to get it
Yeah.
out of there, you know.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Huh.
is that open to the public now or?
yeah.
Yes.
It is. Mhm.
Yeah. I was down there just about a week and a half ago, I guess. Yeah. And the colors are the
I like
same
the
as,
colors in this. It's really cool.
Yeah. Maureen,
Oh,
beautiful.
nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Where I lived in Tucson before I moved here, I had the night blooming native night blooming
Oh,
cirrus, and that's
that's gorgeous.
Oh,
the javelinas ate it.
oh.
oh,
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Did you say night blooming? Does it only bloom at night? Is that?
Yes, it only blooms once a year at night, anywhere from June until August. And Tohono O'Toole has a whole night dedicated to them because they bloom
Oh,
all at one time. And the whole plant blooms. So I think I had like 8 flowers on this one.
hmm.
Wow.
And they're just spectacular.
yeah.
They start blooming at about like 9. They start opening up, and then in the morning they're still open. I've even gotten photographs in the morning.
How did you like this then?
Flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
really-
love
I
the
did-
effect here in the lower left-hand corner too. Of
That's the cactus. That's
Yeah.
how it looks. It's like a snake. It's the most unattractive nothing of a plant.
Oh.
You wouldn't even think that it had any value, and then it produces these beautiful
Hmm.
flowers. I did have the camera on a tripod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What pollinates these? Maureen?
Actually, there is the gypsy moth,
Okay,
which is a
Hmm.
huge, they call it the hummingbird moth as well.
yeah,
Will pollinate it. Bees in the morning were just loaded with bees, and it has the most amazing fragrance. As
Hmm.
you know, in the desert, all of these plants that bloom, most of them don't have much fragrance in the cactus family. They're beautiful, but they have no smell. This has a haunting smell. It's like nothing you can describe. It is just absolutely wonderful. The smell.
Very nice.
Really pretty.
next year I'm gonna have to go to Tohono O'Toole to see these.
Yeah, go if you can, go in the morning, because at night it is so crowded. From what I understand, you can't even get close to one.
Yeah.
And these are hard to raise. They're tubers. You can't raise them from cuttings, and it takes 7 years for them to produce a bloom.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. The Desert Museum also some years ago had a night blooming cereus open in the evening. I don't know if they're still doing that or not, but that might be an alternate.
Yeah, well, Tohono Chul probably has about 20 of them.
What time of year is this? That would bloom?
Anywhere from June to August.
Well, I think you were saying previous that Tohono has a watch set up.
Big
so
a
they'll
balloon
post-
watch, yeah.
Yeah, they'll post it.
They'll send you emails as it
Yeah.
gets closer. You can sign up for that and they'll let you know the night that it will be, and it's usually only a day or two notice.
Well, this is a beautiful composition.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
Very lovely photograph.
Mhm.
Very nice. Yeah.
But strange is coming.
Strange is coming.
Okay, let's go to Strange.
I don't know what order they're in. I just downloaded them. Okay, this isn't too strange. I took a photograph this morning. We had these beautiful swallowtail butterflies in the front, and I superimposed it on a photograph that I had taken of hibiscus bloom.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Huh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Nice
good.
effect.
kind of different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of different. I started out with a composition of 5 of these butterflies, and then I end up with one with a whole totally different background than I started out with.
Mhm.
So, just kind of playing around, seeing what I liked.
Yeah.
Just kind of an unusual angle to see a butterfly at, like he's
Yeah.
zooming in.
Very nice. And this is, I take it, the color of the hibiscus, did you
Yes.
accentuate that a little bit or?
No,
Okay,
I did not.
Pretty
And
good.
it kind of, all that damage on it, that happens as they age during the day.
yeah,
Yeah, they get kind of spotty.
they're gorgeous flowers, so.
We had some nice ones, but we lost them to frost and
Mhm.
never been able to keep them for long.
Yeah, I had to cover it last winter. I will.
Yeah.
It's grown about 6 feet this summer.
Wow.
So
Oh,
I am gonna have to put it like a shade. I'm gonna get a frost cloth for it, I think. Because it's too hard, it's too tall for me to put a sheet over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go to the next one?
Sure.
Okay.
This is
Oh,
just a portrait I took. The gal called me this week and wanted another copy of it. She was running for office in Oro Valley, and this was her backyard. She had this beautiful bougainvillea. And I said, you know what? I almost deleted your file about a week ago.
Mhm.
She said, oh no. As I was looking through things, I thought, oh, she doesn't need these pictures anymore. And a little voice said, no, keep it. She might need it. So she was being recognized in some publication and they wanted photographs. So
Okay.
That's a nice
Very.
shot.
it's
yes,
hard
it
to
is.
take photographs of people with dark skin
Mhm.
Yes.
to make it look realistic and not be able to see the features. You have to really work with the lighting.
Yeah.
And then a lot of post-processing as well.
That's quite lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. She really
The eyes are so expressive.
Mhm.
and she has a hard time keeping her eyes open wide enough. And what I learned, hold on a second.
Who let the dogs out?
Well, there went the mailman.
Or the Amazon driver.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was my alarm system, my
Yes.
dog.
yes.
He
The
does a
best-
good job.
The best alarms, the best security system in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he takes his job very serious.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was glad I hadn't destroyed the photographs, so she had it done and we didn't have to start over.
That's a good one.
Yes, it is. Beautiful. I'd like to see when we get the studio back open again, I guess, when it's manned and we can go in there and start using some of the facilities, but some of the equipment too, is maybe get into a little bit of portraiture there.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had one, so that's kind of exciting.
So, or the camera club does. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You want to go to the next one? Now we're getting
Sure.
into, I think we have strange now. So
Well,
I took my bulldog's head and put it on this, hey, get out of there, get on this cat's body.
That is a beautiful combination though, because you don't see where this transition hardly takes place,
Exactly.
Oh, you
you
don't.
know?
Thank you. I think the stripes on the cat really help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
really help.
Now, can
Yeah.
I ask you, why did you do this?
Why did I do it? Just because I could. I do a lot of stuff like this. I just
Yeah.
haven't shown you guys what I do. I have a real cool one. I couldn't find it. It's my dog with a Gila monster as a head.
Well, don't show this to your dog. He might develop a complex.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
It's
Goes on in
cool.
Photoshop, stays in Photoshop. Okay, then the next one's even a little stranger. It's more
That's-
artistic, but
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez.
so I took the coyote and I put him in the clouds and I gave him hawk wings. And then I put 3 Harris hawks in the sky above him.
yes.
That's cool, very cool.
That is
Maureen.
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you. I was able to keep the shadow underneath him when I
Oh, yeah.
Are you
cut him
drawing?
out, so help it look a little bit more realistic.
I like the way you think, Maureen.
I told you I could be a little strange.
That's really gorgeous. That is.
Well, that's,
It was fun. I
I mean,
often thought maybe I should put some mountains in the background, but I
Eh,
kind of want him in the sky.
but the face of the coyote is beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Lucky
Wow.
shot. He was walking through my property and I caught him.
Oh, is that right? Wow. Nice.
That's fun.
And the hawks
That's
are
it.
just, yes, just gorgeous too.
Oh, I have some wonderful, we had a breeding pair of Harris hawks on our property and they raised 4 babies one season. And
Oh,
Wow.
I
wow.
have photographs from the babies from the time they were like, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches tall till they were 9 months old when they left.
Oh,
They were amazing.
Wow.
that'd be an experience. Yeah.
It was.
Very good.
That's it. That's all, folks.
That's gorgeous. Thank you,
Right.
Maureen.
Impressive.
Yes.
It was
Kim, we're on
All
to yours.
right. Okay. This is my weird one. My first attempt at using the neural filter in Photoshop.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Tell me more. What's the neuro filter?
It is a set of filters in Photoshop that one of them is like what a smart portrait
Ah,
that lets you take anything, I swear to God, anything with a face and change the look of it.
wow.
Yeah.
And this is the Mark Twain sculpture that's down in Tubac.
Okay.
That's just scary.
yeah.
He's got a nice set of teeth there.
Yes, he does. But Maureen, it'll take that photograph, it'll start adding features.
Oh, wow.
So the eye color got added and the teeth got added, I'm sure, Kim, when you did it.
Actually, there are some teeth
Oh, they're really.
a little bit in it once I went back and looked, but they're not, you can't see much of them because the mouth's not open. His mouth, he's got the mustache and the closed mouth. The only question I have, or one of the things I have anyway, can you increase the size of that box that it draws around the head, because you can see it. It didn't get all of his hair because I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't change the box size.
Mm.
I'll have to look at, I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't, you know, I clicked on it, but there was nothing that was
Yeah.
giving me like a way of expanding that box.
Yeah.
So then I took it into Topaz and did one of the AI remixes. So I masked it to put a different background to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's gotten a wee bit shady on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I was just, you know, still learning how to, I still have some trouble with the masking, how to figure, then I went back in to try and take some of that mask away, and I've got to get on a tutorial to figure out how to do that. Because obviously the mask went a little bit too far out on the right side.
But Marina, it allows you to change the expression because I have a bunch of presets for like happy or afraid, you know, fear or whatever it happens to be. You can change the age of the face forward or backward.
Wow.
You can do
Yes.
a lot of strange things.
Yeah, so I increased the happiness, the surprised, and then de-aged him a little bit.
Yeah.
So it took away some of the, you can't see much of his mustache because of the mouth being expanded.
Oh.
But you know what it looks like? It looks like it's a real head on a sculpture.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, first attempt.
It's
Good one.
The
Yeah.
rest of them are more normal, are all normal.
We'll pop to the next one then.
On my way back from Tubac, I stopped at Kunoa,
oh, that looks great.
and the damselflies are just unbelievable.
Oh, that
Yeah.
looks awesome.
And so the red ones are desert firetail, and the blue ones are familiar bluets.
Nice.
And then I just really cropped this to give it the more the oblong, the panoramic look. So I cropped it in quite a bit.
Really nice composition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Thank
that.
you.
Great color.
Colors are amazing.
5 of them together is probably, yeah, it's like a phenomenal picture. Yeah.
Oh, they're just all over the place. It just, it was, and this was at 12:45.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't early morning. It was, you know, early afternoon.
They're probably more active though as it's warmer.
Yeah, which usually makes them harder to get pictures.
True.
If they don't land. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Composition's awesome, Kim. I love that little twist at the end there.
Yes.
Thanks.
And that
I
last one, you can see the beautiful wing pattern.
Yeah.
And I took it into Topaz, just AI clear, and then increase the digital, or increase the digital effect of it a little bit, just to bring out the detail. Excuse me, not digital, detail. Just to bring things out a little bit.
Really nice.
I like it.
You can go on to the next. And I'm calling this Love is in the Air.
Oh, wow.
I like it.
I love the heart shape
Yeah,
that these two form at the top.
Yeah.
it just, I was like, oh, I gotta get these pictures. Just stay there, don't move. Please just hold that position. And again, just took it into Topaz, clear, detail enhance, and then I actually masked them all and put a texture on the background just to change up the water a little bit. You can, the guys at the top, you can see there's the red ones sort of behind them, so I had to do something to tone them down a bit.
Yeah. That's Beautiful.
Really nice.
Yes. Very nice, Kim.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then one more.
I don't know. Wow, that's again, it's just like a real one-off that you could never, ever, ever duplicate again.
Well, that's how they transfer their eggs.
Yeah.
And this is a giant swallowtail that was in our yard on our lantana.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lovely detail. Really clear. Because their wings are going so fast.
Oh, I know. I one good shot out of about 30 or 40.
Mhm.
So I was really pleased with this. And what I did here is just brought up the contrast a bit, just to bring the colors out a bit more.
You've got the eyes perfect.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not sure, I'm not positive, but the leaf to the left that has a great big hole in it, it's got two long kind of orangey looking things on it. That's their caterpillars.
Oh, really? Okay.
I discovered today they were eating my lemon tree, and I Googled it.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's the swallowtail caterpillars.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're such an
Yeah.
odd shape. They almost look like a moth with no wings.
Well, the
They don't
caterpillars look like bird droppings.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And they're caterpillars.
Wow.
And I saw them all over my kumquat tree, so they were probably laying eggs there this morning.
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes.
Good one.
Very nice. James?
I'm here.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh, well,
oh,
yeah.
This is a archival picture. So my reality's been interfering with my fantasy life lately, so I had to go into the archives. But yeah, this is a macaw.
Ah,
Oh,
That could have been one big lens here you got there, James.
No.
So I just cropped it up and sharpened it, and I don't remember all what I did, but I think I also used a topaz filter on it. I can't remember which one. Might have been HDR or something like that.
Yeah.
Very good.
incredible.
No, gorgeous
Amazing,
effect.
amazing detail, eh? Amazing.
Yeah, I think I think it's really interesting, these individual little feathers that you can see below and around the eye,
yeah.
yeah.
and the white part's just skin. So
I'm always amazed by what we don't see.
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
All right,
gorgeous.
we can pop up to the next
Very
one.
good.
And this is just a kind of a straight up landscape, but just changed the color a little bit and sharpened it a little bit. The dark areas are from clouds, shadows, but unfortunately there are not any clouds in the picture. I should have probably put a different sky in with it.
I like the layers of blue going up. To the
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes.
what mountain is this? Is this Baker? Is it?
That's Baker, exactly, right.
Hmm.
I've got lots of different.
Oh, the one to the left there, James, is that the one that blew up?
No, the ones to the left are called the sisters, the twin sisters. Mount Baker will smoke once in a while. You'll get steam coming off. The snow will melt, and you'll get steam plumes coming off. But it has not erupted, but it will again someday. It'll erupt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you've seen the ones over in Hawaii right now. That looks spectacular.
Yeah.
And La Palma and the Canaries.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Also, Mount Etna's been erupting as well too in Italy.
Maybe Mother Nature's getting a little rowdy.
Getting angry, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Time to shake it up.
All right, well, that's it for me today.
But I really like the way that, I mean, the snow-covered peak is just pops right the hell out.
So, yeah.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah, I just like the overall mood of it.
Yes.
What time of day was this, Jane?
Oh, this was in the morning, about 10 in the morning. And I went to a game range to photograph some wildlife and birds and so forth. And they had closed the game range. And I said, I turned around and looked, and there's the mountain. So I thought, well, okay, I'll do a landscape shot.
Because the sun is really shining on the peak, but it hasn't gotten down into the lower levels yet. So
I think the cloud, there's clouds behind me. And I think that has something to do with the way the sun is there.
Okay. Shadows. Very nice.
okay, James, you only had 2 this time.
Yeah, I say, that's what I say. Reality has just been rough this week.
Okay.
I had to, I'll get weird next week again.
To stop taking your medicine.
Yeah. Thanks for that tip, Alan.
Or take a different kind.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, Alan, we're on to you now.
To me, okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
No, thank you.
Okay, I want to be there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, this is, I was down east on a little trip there last week, and this is part of the Cabot Trail. This is on the Cabot Trail,
Okay.
which is just on the island just north of Nova Scotia.
So you've got that much color already?
You know, we missed most of the color. It's probably happening either this week or next week, but some of it was coming out. And that red that you see there, that's what you see. It's just,
Okay.
it's just
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So the whole trail or island is going to be like this shortly.
Oh.
Just spectacular.
Very peaceful picture.
Yes, it is tranquil.
I darkened up the foreground a little bit because it was just a little bit too bright. But other than that, what you see is really what you get. So I cropped it in a little bit as well.
I don't want to mess with perfection.
No. And no people.
And no people.
Well, it's pretty quiet, reasonably quiet, but it was a really, really nice trip. So Cape Breton Island and the Cabot Trail. It's pretty
Okay.
good. So we can go to the next one when you want.
Ooh.
You get the
Oh, nice.
flower shots.
Okay.
Wow.
So this, I took this on holiday as well. It was just an idea I came up with just to blow. So I had somebody blow these. Had my helper blow these.
You're
The dandelion.
There you go. That's what we got. So I like the movement of the little.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Alan, did you take the color down on this, or is that the?
No, that's pretty well the color the way you saw it. You see it there. These white areas up to the left, I darkened them a little bit because they're a little bit too bright, and they were taken away from the flower. Other than that, I was looking for a dark background, so.
Ah, okay. So you could really see the.
Yeah, so I had a fairly
Motion.
long lens. It was I think it was 200 millimeters. It's not the sharpest lens in the book, but it's a pretty good overall lens. And I would think I was at probably a full 200 at the smallest aperture.
Now, what was your shutter speed in ISO when you?
I
did
think it
this?
was pretty slow. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was on, but it's probably about 125.
Okay,
To get that.
to get the movement.
The blur. Yeah.
Wow. Did you handheld
That
this?
was
Or?
handheld, yeah.
Okay, wow.
I love the
You never
detail
know
in-
exactly what you're going to get until you actually see it on the computer, right? I mean, you can see it on the screen, but you can't really
Exactly.
get a very good feeling of what you got. So I did take a few, but this was the best one. And if you the little seeds, I mean, the little flower is pretty sharp.
Yeah.
But that top one that's just about to fly off, I just loved all this movement in it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I love the detail in the head of this thing too.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'd
then
love to try this. I'll maybe try this again if I get the opportunity with a macro lens, because I think it'd be a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I like your bokeh in the background too on the left side.
Yes.
That just really adds to it.
Thanks. Yeah, I had
I
to
know.
darken that down a bit, Kim, because it was a little bit too bright. But yeah, I'm pleased. I'm pleased with the overall effect. Yeah, that's what I was trying to achieve, and that's what we kind of got.
It's a nice contrast to all the dark black,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, we can go to the other one. Oh. So this is I took this yesterday in downtown Calgary. We did a little walk around, and this is a sculpture. It's actually rotated at 90 degrees, so it's kind of lying on its edge, but standing up it was all right. But I thought it looked pretty good on its
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
So it's Corten steel. It's just all rusted. I took it into Topaz and applied one of the effects. I'm not 100% sure which one. And it just enhanced all the color in it and brought more of this blue out. And,
Okay. Huh.
It's a gorgeous abstract.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
thank you.
I love the colors.
Yeah, and if you look, these little white marks here, these are actually bolts. That's bolts holding this thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea how they produced this, but it must have been a nightmare putting it together. It's fairly big, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was a boat at first because of the bolts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big structure. That's only one leg of it, and there's I think there are about 5 legs,
Oh, wow.
and they're all honeycombed steel components like this.
Oh,
Really, really cool. Like you say, it's amazing what you see, but when you bring that into Topaz, it really enhances
yes.
these features.
But it takes it into a kind of a new place.
And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
You want to go to the next?
Sure.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So this again is from our trip down east. So it was a foggy morning, as you can see.
Yes.
I just have to. We don't see too many of these in Calgary here, so I was all over this when we were driving by. Just I loved it.
Yeah.
So
moon.
abstract. When I first saw it, I thought it was a battleship turned on its side.
Yeah.
It just has so many different.
Oh, I just see
Shapes.
that. I just see that one.
Yeah, if I turn my head, I see that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like an abstract. It
Mhm.
has so many different little shapes and interesting.
I don't normally rotate images. But,
And
yeah,
the reflections too. Yes.
Right.
it was just so soft, and I just
Really nice.
very
Unique.
comfortable.
It's a very, very, I should say, expressively moody picture.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep, very calm and everything else. So,
Yeah.
I think was that it?
No, you got 2
Yeah,
more
a
here.
couple more.
Okay.
You're on a roll.
On a roll.
You're on a roll.
Oh, pretty.
I love lighthouses.
This is
Oh, wow, yeah.
This is the infamous Peggy Cove,
Peggy's Cove.
Oh,
Okay.
and there was quite a few people there. Not too many, but I was wandering around the rocks there, and I came across this rock pool, and I was able to get this one with a reflection in it. So
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that's not the angle you usually see the Peggy's
No.
Cove Lighthouse. That's great.
I was lying down on my stomach trying to take this, and people were looking at me rather strangely.
yeah. And the sun and the
Yeah.
lighting on the rocks to the right is
Yeah.
just gorgeous.
I've always wanted to take this image, and I was just lucky enough.
Yeah.
Just the time of day and everything, it was just perfect. And just the colors and the rocks and just everything adds to it.
And you've got such clarity all the way through.
I think it was about F18, F20 I was taking, I think.
Really nice.
Yes.
The only thing that was missing was the light in the actual lighthouse. And I don't think it was on at that time, but I have another shot where the sun was down a little bit more and the light came on, and actually inserted a light into it to make it look good.
Neat.
You could always add the light.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did that in another image, James.
Yeah.
I didn't bring it in today, but it was a little bit darker and the sun was right on the horizon, so it just looked good at that particular time.
Yeah. I think I just saw the new blurb for the next iteration of Luminar Neo, that will allow you to go in and change the lighting in your photographs.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
So it's getting to the point where you just point your camera at something and shoot, and then go home and fix up all the flaws.
And make it.
press a button. Yeah,
But very beautiful. I love it.
thank you.
And where exactly is this, Alan? I mean, you said
It's in Nova Scotia.
Okay.
So it's an eastern, this is the Atlantic out there, so it's an
Yeah.
eastern part of Nova Scotia, just I'm not sure relative to Maine, maybe east of Maine, I think.
So this, I'm just here. Is this sunrise or sunset?
It's the sunset.
Okay.
Yeah, we got there just the perfect time. I just ordered up my fish and chips as well. So the fish and chips went a little cold because I was
I imagine. Yeah.
I must have been out there for a long time, but
Yeah, it's worth it.
it was worth it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And this is the last one.
The last one. Okay. What is it?
Last one.
Oh.
Wow.
So I worked on this for quite a while. So this is a sculpture. It's in Halifax, in Nova Scotia,
Uh-huh.
and Halifax is one of the major ports for a lot of immigrants coming to Canada. Yeah, Pier 21, I believe, was a pier that they all came in on. Anyway, this sculpture represents the immigrants. It's called The Immigrant. The statue is called The Immigrant, or Immigrants.
Oh.
And it's just full of emotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can increase the size of that a little bit, Steve, but so what it depicts here is the man leaving with his suitcase. He's actually stepping onto this boat, and the woman behind him, or his wife, has got a baby. She's carrying a baby, and there's a little girl, a toddler there. And then all these hands and stuff like that, these are all waving goodbye above.
Oh, okay.
It's just amazing. So it's it's out, obviously out in this pier. So the background, when you take the image, it's got trees and it's got different things behind it, which I think really detracted from what you're actually trying to see.
Mhm.
So I changed the whole background in this, and I made it
Oh
all
my gosh.
and floaty, and
Mhm.
to try and give it a sense of, I don't know, feeling, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of moodiness and,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got, it's got the feeling of anticipation, right? And then the feeling of loss. You can see it in the face.
Wow, my great grandfather, McNeil, came from Scotland to Nova Scotia.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh, he would have came through that.
yeah.
Yeah, Pier 21. So this, I can't. If you can Google this. It's just a.
They just stayed in Nova Scotia for
Did they?
quite a while. Yeah, there's still some still there, I think.
Very friendly people. Anyway, that's I just kind of
That's cool.
mixed it around. It took me a long while to do this. To
I
try and get
imagine.
that.
Well, now you've really made me want to go to Nova Scotia.
If you're going to go now. So that's all I can say. The colors would be spectacular.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
So that's
All right.
yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for the trip.
Yes. That's an extremely moving
Yeah.
composition.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just, yeah.
Even the expressions on their faces are
Yes.
really great. I'm not sure what the tower is in the background, but obviously it's some clock tower or something. But you can just, for the person, the artist that came up with this, to
Mhm.
come up with this is just amazing.
Yeah.
The little hands shaking goodbye.
I mean, the stories behind all these, behind anybody that immigrates, we never hear really the truth of the matter or anything else. I think I just finished a book called Fragile Waves, which is about a family that migrates from, or immigrates from, illegally, of course, from Afghanistan to Australia. And all the, it's told from the standpoint of the daughter, a young girl. And I can't even imagine what people go through.
Yeah.
To try to find what you would call a better existence somewhere. And I think part of that book, the father, they know they're going to be deported from Australia, so he's trying anything and everything he can do to keep them there. But he dies. He has an accident at the garage that he's working at, and it seems that it's kind of like set up to be a suicide, but that gives them, I guess, another 6 months. And then in that time, the Australian government drops the deportation proceedings against them. So
Oh, wow.
the mother and the 2 kids get to stay. But
Yeah, a lot of sad cases, that's for sure.
yes. That's like, I think what I was reading about people that are trying to get in here across the southern border, and what they have to go through, especially if they're coming from South America up through Central America.
Oh, geez, yes.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely insane. And they have to want to get here so badly that they're willing to go through that. And yeah. So, okay, I'll stop sharing now there.
On that happy note.
Yeah, and Alan, you can
Stop
You can
recording.
hit, yeah, you can stop recording. And after it gets done formatting it, just put it in the Zoom folder and I'll post it and then kick a link out to everybody in the photo group.